guys, today we are going to learn how to do some basic quilling. So I have this Quilling Styles resource sheet for you. I took a picture of all of the individual little different styles of quilling that I had. If I was in the classroom, I have this big long piece of poster board that I could hang it up, but this is just for your resource in case you're at home. So I listed several different types. These are not all of them that are out here or out in the world, but this is just an idea. One of the requirements when you get to the actual project is that you use at least 3 different types of quilling techniques in your project. So this is why I've created this sheet. Now, I think it's going to be easier if we all go through and do some basic ones together. So I want you guys to go through, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 basic quilling examples that I want you to be able at least to do so that when you go to your project, you have the skills to actually make the decision on what would look best, not just what can I do. So I'm going to go to my document camera. And what you're going to need today is you will need at least 10 strips of 1/2 inch by 12 inch paper. You're also going to need a piece of cardboard. I would save your nice white cardboard if you have any that's kind of bigger for your actual project. This one, it doesn't matter so much if it's brown cardboard. So I literally took like a cereal box and I cut, it out, and then I'm just going to use the other side. So that's totally fine. I would put your name on this somehow. If you want to write it in Sharpie, you can, or you can write it just in like regular pencil. That's fine. I'm looking for my Sharpie and I don't see it right this minute. So I'm just going to write my name on it in pencil. And then let's say it's 8th hour. The other thing you may want is a plastic Ziploc bag. I don't have one here with me, but since we aren't at school all the time, you may not want to glue these until you get home. So you might want to make these all today, put them in a plastic Ziploc bag, and then glue them when you get home. That way you don't have to carry around a gluey project, okay? All right, so I'm going to take one of my strips. I'm also going to need a pencil. It doesn't have to be like a sharpened pencil or anything. It could be one of the pencils that are like colored pencils. It doesn't matter. The other thing you're going to need is some glue. And then you're going to need a big dose of patience, okay? All right, so let's just make a normal coil. We'll call it a loose coil. So let's try this loose coil here. So I'm going to take and I'm going to hold with one hand. It's going to require 2 hands. I'm going to hold with, let's say my left hand, the paper, because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you do the opposite. And I'm going to very tightly, see it's a little difficult, coil to the best of my ability. Now these may not be perfect. I've got radial tunnel in both hands, and so it's a little, oh, that works better. So what I did was I switched it. I held it in my right hand, and then I just started spinning it. So you're going to have to see what works for you. They actually make little quilling tools, but there's special paper that goes with the quilling tool. So we would need to buy the special paper as well as the tool. So we'll see about that. All right, then I'm going to take it off my pencil. I'm going to kind of really bend it together. And then to make the loose coil, I'm just going to let it go a little bit. And I bent it pretty tightly. Let it go a little bit. Kind of like that. And then you're going to glue the end to the actual strip of paper. So I can put a little dot of glue on the inside, on the end. You don't need a lot of glue for this. Otherwise, your fingers are going to be a gluey, sticky mess. They'll probably be a gluey, sticky mess anyway, but that's all right. All right, and then I'm going to kind of hold it down. This is Elmer's glue. It's not hot glue, so it's going to take a minute to dry. So this is where I said you're going to have patience. So I'm going to hold that down. And then what I'm going to do is I am going to, if I'm at home, I'm going to glue it on this piece of cardboard. So make sure it's actually set. Okay, so it's going to take a minute. And then if I'm ready to glue it on the cardboard, I can put, this is a little, it's going to be messy. I'm just going to put a little glue on the edges as best as I can. And then I'll set it on the paper. Or it's actually cardboard. Okay? I could put a little glue around it too, like I'm seeing a little bit popping up. This is just your practice, so if it's not perfect, it's fine. So that's going to be my loose coil. This one's pretty loose. This one's a little tighter, but that's all right. All right, so let's make another one. Let's do one that's a little bit harder. How about the V scroll? Okay, so the V scroll is actually a lot easier than it looks. You're going to take a strip of paper and you're going to fold it in half and crease it. That's how I get the V there. Okay, so it looks like a V. And then when I loop it, this is going to be looped around the pencil like this. And then this side is going to go around the pencil like that. So I'll take my pencil. So this is my V. Okay. I'm going to take the pencil and I am going to roll it up as best as I can. So I don't know how exactly to explain how I'm doing this, but my right hand is actually doing the twisting. Okay. I'm going to kind of like pinch it with my fingers right here. So it's actually rolled. Take that out. So now I got half of the V. I like to turn it around, go to the other side, roll it up. Okay, pinch it. And now I have my V scroll and I could glue it down. Okay, or you could put it in your plastic bag if you want to do that too. Okay, now I want to make, let's say, the heart scroll. The heart scroll is the same way. You're going to fold it in half, except this time you're going to twist it in the middle. So I'll take my pencil, roll it up, and I may have to make 2 videos because this might be too long. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the other side, roll it up. Okay, and then I got my heart scroll. So if one of them's, higher than the other side, you can kind of like adjust that. There's my heart scroll. All right, so I got the heart scroll, the V scroll. I did not do the S scroll. So this one's a little bit trickier because you have to figure out about what the middle is. So the first thing I'm going to do is just take the piece of paper, put my pencil on top, and I'm going to roll it up till I get about halfway. Okay, kind of pinch it. Let it go. So there's going to be like the top of my S, and then I just flip it over the other way. So this is down. Take my, I guess it could go like this too. So it could go like this. Take my pencil, roll it up on the other side. Okay, and now I have my S scroll. Okay, there's my S. All right, so I already did loose coil. I did all these. So now I'm on, let's say, teardrop. And it's not too hard either. Most of these are just manipulating the paper and then folding it. So I just got another strip. I'm rolling it up. I'm getting a little better at this as I go, even though I've practiced it. So I think that's going to be true for you also. So I've got a pretty tight roll here. I'm going to let it go just a little, okay, depending on how wide you want it. Then I'm going to take my glue and I'll put like a little dot. I'm going to let it go a little more, maybe. Okay, then you have to hold it. It's not, like I said, Elmer's glue is not instant, so you get to hold it down. I wish I could like play some music right now so that it would be a little bit more interesting. Okay, and once it's like actually good, it's not really good yet, but just for the sake of time, I'm just going to pinch the top like this, and it makes a teardrop. Okay, so there's my teardrop. It's sticking to me. All right, loose scroll is exactly what it sounds like. You're literally just going to roll it up, and then you let it go. It's kind of like a freestyle. I might use loose scroll for my coffee, the little wispy parts on my coffee that looks like steam. Okay, roll it up, pinch it, let it go. I might have to unroll it a little bit. And then I have my loose scroll. Okay, I'm going to make another video for the last 4, and then you are done.